today's session. Yeah, so I hope that you can get a lot of fruitful informations about APU as well. Okay. So yeah, first and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Kester. So I am the assistant manager for international office. So let's get my QR code if you have any more questions later on, so we can just keep in touch later. So of course, I do understand that you guys are started to do a Malaysia market, and you would love to know more about not only Malaysia, even though like how APU operates and how we accept students accordingly. So first and foremost, let's look at the bigger pictures, like why Malaysia. It's because of firstly, we are English speaking country, and we are also top 20 for the most preferred study destination by UNESCO as well. And of course, we do have like high academic standards and international recognitions with the pathway programs as well, 2+1 or 1+2, or even though we are also offering the affordable studies and living. And definitely we are very flexible as in terms of food-wise, food choices, because we are also serving halal and non-halal food in Malaysia due to we have different multicultural and diversity. Okay, so looking at APU itself, we are one of the industrial pioneer, and we established in 1993 as an Asia Pacific Institute. And of course, we are initiated by the government, and we slowly upgraded as an institution, as a university in 2012. That's why we changed the name to Asia Pacific University. And of course, we are also one of the trusted educator in Malaysia as well, because we have produced more than 85,000 of the graduates since 1994. And definitely, we are also one of the reputable status Malaysian university as well for technology programs, engineering programs, business, finance, and so on. So currently we have in total numbers of 19,000 students, and they are from 130 countries. And of course, we do also having this 100% employability as well for several years under the Ministry of Higher Education. So of course, if you look at the recognitions that we have, in APU, we are also one of the 5-star excellence rating, or I would say to be specific, the highest rated emerging universities in Malaysia. And of course, we are also one of the leading digital technology focused university as well. And of course, the status awarded by the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporations. And definitely, we are also 6 stars outstanding rating. And of course, we are also one of the employers' choice of university by Talent Bank. And to look at the international recognitions and accreditations, we are also the first Malaysian university to achieve the QAA UK accreditations. And we are kind of proud of it as well, because we are also the only Malaysian university to achieve these accreditations. So in other words, our certificate is on the same standard as the UK university. And of course, this and just proud to say that we are also increasing the ranking, and we are right now in 528 in the world. So still remain as the first Malaysian university and one of the 24 in the world for the 5 stars plus under the QS rating in terms of the academic development, the employability, the facilities, the teaching learning, and so on. And still, we are still under this top 20 in Asia and top 5 in ASEAN countries for the applied HA ranking. And of course, we are still remain as the best cybersecurity education provider. And definitely to look at our campus itself, we have different type of facilities available for the students. So let's say if they are interested to study computing, we do have different types of computing lab as well. So this is how the how the university looks like. So we have our center point over here, and definitely we have different types of auditoriums. Somehow our auditoriums are used not only for the graduation, not only um for the orientations, we are also using it as our classes as well. And definitely we do also have our library. And this is what I mentioned just now, our technology labs. So we have different types of technology labs available in the campus as well. And this is really catered to our technology students. And even though we do have engineering labs, and of course our power engineering labs, CAD labs, and our cybersecurity talent zone, our XR studios, our financial trading center, and this is our game lab studios. And even though we have a small mini museum for our video games. And this is our industrial design workshops, our green screen studio, the architecture studios, the postgraduate center, cafeteria. And other than that, we have our in-house clinic as well. So let's say if a student has just arrived to the campus, they will need to do their medical checkup. So they can do it in our clinic or at our in-house clinic. And other than our in-house clinic, we do have our what we call it, the convenience shops available for the students as well. And definitely the gym facilities are also available for the students. Sports facilities like basketball courts, volleyball courts are also available for the students. We do also provide the shuttle bus for the pickup and the drop off, but of course it's only towards on the certain locations. Of course, first and foremost will be our LRT stations, Bukit Jalil, and of course to our off-campus accommodations. And of course, we are also providing the accommodations for our students, our international students, which we provided in on-campus as well as off-campus. But let's say if we talk about on-campus accommodation, it is within the campus compound, and it is also available for single occupancy as well as twin sharing. We do also have another type, which we call it as dual key. But the differences between dual keys and ensuite types is, ensuite types, you will have your own attached bathroom, but the pantry will be shared pantry. Let's say if you talk about dual keys will be with shared pantry, but the bathroom will be shared as well within 4%. And of course, we do have our off-campus accommodations located in Vertica, City of Green, as well as Bloomsville, which are available for single occupancy as well as twin sharing. But of course, we are also added on kind of different types of new accommodation as well, just to cater for our international students. And just for information, I would say for the accommodations in APU is quite limited. Okay, perhaps when you heard about this, you will be a bit frightening because, later on, mostly of students will be joining for the September intake, but not to be worried. All right. So let's say if any of the students would need to have their accommodation, just apply with us as soon as possible. So once the e-visa approval letter is reaches to 35%, you can start to apply the accommodation on behalf of the students. So do it as soon as possible. All right. And definitely, if you talk about the programs that offered in the university, as you can see over here, our university are kind of focused on technology. And even though for our business students, our accounting students, they have to learn about technology itself as well. So later on, we will discuss further about the program. All right. So aside on these technology focused programs, our students, they will learn all-rounded knowledge areas. Like for example, IT students, they have to learn about entrepreneur, and even though for our engineering students, they have to learn about the entrepreneurs and so on. And of course, for our academics lecturers, they are very qualified in terms of academic part. And of course, they do have the industry experience just to ensure that what our students are learning right now is easily equipped for the future. So of course, we do have the program starting from pre-U up to PhD. So if you talk about pre-U itself, we have 4 certificates programs, foundation programs, as well as diploma programs. But of course, if you talk about foundations, we are looking at 5 subjects with grade C and above. And of course, if you talk about diploma, we are looking at 3 subjects with grade C and above. For certificates, we are only looking at 1 subject with grade C and above to join for the program. But of course, later on, I will also tuck into the details, like how to look at the qualification and so on, so you will have a better understanding from that. So aside on our pre-U programs, yes, let's talk about our bachelor degree program. So of course, right now, yes, we have IT, we have software engineering, we have computer science, we have interactive media and immersive technology, as well as computer games development. And this is only applicable for those who are from A levels or similar as A levels qualifications to join for the program itself. So let's say if they are from matriculations before year 2024, or let's say if they are from O levels, they are from IGCSE, yes, they have to start from pre-U, then continuously to go for bachelor degree. All right. And of course, we have our School of Engineering program itself as well. But for our School of Engineering, we are only focusing on 5 area. So we have like electrical and electronic engineering, mechatronic engineering, mechanical engineering, as well as computer engineering and petroleum engineering. So I would say our School of Engineering will have the longest duration of the studies comparing to the bachelor degree. Why? It's because of they have to be accredited by the Board of Engineers Malaysia, and it must be recognized worldwide under the Washington Accord. So in other words, after the completion of our engineering program, students, they will get a full right signatories and work as engineer, as certified engineers in Australia, in Canada, in China, in Hong Kong, in India, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Singapore, and so on and so forth. And of course, we have our business program. And I would say to make our business program different than other university is we are also learning technology related study. But of course, you are not the one who learn about the programming, but you will know how to really understand and implementing the technology nowadays into your business strategies. So you will learn about the introduction to AI. Okay, and of course, students will learn about SAP platform as well, so they can easily to implement into these business strategies. So that's why you can see we do have a different specialism available for the students as well, like digital leadership, e-business, AI and business analytics, as well as business economics. And of course, we do also have international business management, which we do have the specialism in supply chain management. And of course, for human resource management, we are also applicable for the specialism in people analytics. So if you talk about marketing management, yes, we do have the specialism in digital marketing. And definitely last but not least, we do have hospitality and tourism, which we do have different specialism as well, such as hospitality innovations, event management, aviation management available. So just for information, mostly of our programs are available for the degree. Okay. But that will be only applicable for bachelor degree. So that's why if you go through the program, the programs that mentioned over here, we do talk about the degree. All right. So in other words, The programs over here at the School of Computing, Technology and Games Development are available for the degree with the Montfort University, and same goes to our School of Engineering, where it is also applicable for the degree with the Montfort University, and definitely for business management. Um, International Business Management, Human Resource Management are available for the degree with the Montfort University. Same goes to Marketing Management and Tourism Management, which also available for the degree, except the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism, which the degree is with HTMI. All right. And the next we have our School of Media and Communication Studies, International Relations, as well as Psychology, where these three programs are also available for the degree with the Montfort University. And even though for our accounting and finance, banking finance, actuarial studies are available with the degree as well. All right. So even though for our accounting finance students, banking finance students, actuarial study students, they do have to learn about introduction to AI as well as SAP. All right. So that's why you can see all of our students, they are very, very, very well prepared for the future markets. So for our accounting and finance, we do have different specialism as well, like accounting technology, forex and investment, as well as forensic accounting. And of course, we do have, I mean, we are also working very closely with ACCA as well. And I know that ACCA is kind of popular, is kind of well known in Myanmar. So that's why you can also share this good news to them that after the completions of the studies, they will get a 9 papers exemptions out of 13. And they can also complete the ACCA Accelerate scheme concurrently with their bachelor degree. So basically, this ACCA Accelerate scheme, they will need to complete the remaining 4 required paper from ACCA concurrently with their bachelor degree. And let's say if they can pass that 4 remaining subjects, so of course they will get the ACCA certifications. All right. And aside on ACCA, we are also accredited by CIMA, and we are also accredited by CPA Australia, ICAEW as well. And for the banking and finance, we do have specialism in investment analytics as well as financial technology. And we do have a standalone financial technology program as well, which students will get the chances to have a sharing collaborations on in terms of these practices, knowledge, expertise in banking trends and developments. And even though we are also working very closely with the CFA Institute, so students can learn about the curriculum from CFA itself. And of course, we have our actuarial studies. So to look at our actuarial studies, we do have 2 specialisms, which are data analytics as well as financial technology. So our actuarial studies are well known, recognized by IFOA. So of course, students can get the highest assumptions papers from associate levels of actuaries and the institutes and faculty of actuaries. And of course, we are also receiving the recognitions by the Society of Actuaries in USA as well. Of course, last but not least will be Casualty Actuary Society. And this is also from USA, and we are also recognized by them. And definitely, if students are interested to design program, yes, we have industrial design. We do have visual effects, we have animation, and definitely we have our digital advertising. Okay. And of course, we have our architecture as well, but bear in mind, okay, because I do understand that a lot of students, a lot of parents, or perhaps you yourself, you would think that architecture will be good, will be studying engineering. So just for information, our architecture is not about engineering. It's about design. So students will need to learn about the architecture design itself. Okay, so for our architecture, it is also approved by the Board of Architects in Malaysia. And let's talk about the study progressions right now. So let's say students, they are from IGCSE, O levels, Myanmar matriculations before year 2024. They can only starting with 3-year program. So foundation will be 1 year, and with a total 3 years of the studies for bachelor degree. Let's say if they are going for engineering, they will need to study 4 years. Diploma will be 2 years and continue with another 2 years degree, except if they are going for engineering, then they will have to study 2.5 years diploma studies, continue with 3 years engineering. So certificate, as I just mentioned, this is for those who have only one subject with grade C and above. Yes, they have to start from certificate level. So 16 month certificate, continue with 3 years diploma and 2 years degree. Okay, so let's say if they have a GED or SSD, A levels, IB diploma, American high school diploma, or they have the Myanmar matriculations after year 2024, they can straight away go for bachelor degree. Okay. Yeah, so this is the benefits for those who are who graduated the Myanmar matriculations after year 2020. But of course, there are some of the case by case basis, As I just mentioned, yes, GED qualification students can go for bachelor degree, except for engineering program. Why? It's because of GED, they do not learn anything related to physics. So we are not able to accept them for bachelor degree in engineering. So any of your students who are interested in engineering, we can only accept them starting from diploma itself. So 2.5 years diploma, continue with 3 years degree. So total would be 5.5 years. All right. So yes, we do accept American high school diploma for bachelor degree entry, but with the condition of it must be recognized by one of these seven bodies. Okay, so in other words, let's say if the students completed from the Christian school, for example, because I do know that, in Myanmar, there is quite numbers of Christian school, and they are offering the high school diploma, which is equivalent as American high school diploma, but it is not recognized by one of the seven bodies. So I'm so sorry, we are not able to accept that. Okay, so you have to make sure if they are from American high school diploma, it must be recognized by one of the seven bodies. Okay, and definitely a lot of the Christian school, they are also advise the students to proceed with SAT. Am I right? Yeah. So just for information, in Malaysia, we do not accept SAT. Okay, so this is some of the information that you can memorize later on, so it will be easy for you to communicate with the students. All right. So we do accept BTech International Level 3, but only for diploma and extended diploma. Why? Because diploma is equivalent to 2 subjects A levels. Extended diploma will be equivalent to 3 subjects A levels. All right. So they can straight away go for bachelor degree. And of course, we are only accepting HND Diploma Level 4-5, NCC Diploma Level 4-5, AP Diploma Level 4-5, OTHM Diploma Level 4 Level 5, and APHE Diploma Level 4 Level 5 for bachelor degree, but not for final year study, not for the second year studies, no for the credit assumptions. They have to start directly for first year. Okay, so let's say if they do not have the matriculations, or perhaps they have completed until grade 9 and straight away go for HNC, then continue with HND. Yes, we can accept those students, but they will need to do the prerequisite modules for the mathematics if they do not have matriculations. Okay, so perhaps you will ask me these questions about HNC. Do you accept as HNC? No, we do not accept HNC. Okay, HNC, we do not accept it. Even though for HND diploma level 3 is hardly to accept as well. We are only looking at 4 and 5. Okay. And of course, we do not accept any diploma studies, foundation studies less than 2 years, less than 1 year. All right. Like for example, students who completed diploma in PSB, for example. All right. And we know that PSB diploma is less than 2 years. Am I right? So we are not able to accept it for the bachelor degree entry. So in other words, students will need to start diploma or foundation in APU again. Okay. So, and of course, we do not accept any qualification which mentioned as foundation diploma or advanced diploma. And we do not accept any studies which consider as equivalent. And of course, we have our postgraduate studies as well. So we have our software engineering, digital transformation, AI, cybersecurity, data science and business analytics, information technology management, and so on and so forth. And even though for our business program as well, we have MBA with different specialisms, which is slightly different than other university. Am I right? So that's why you can see we have like business analytics, we have AI as well, we have supply chain management and so on, just to cater for students in different area of their working experience. And of course, we have digital communication, digital marketing as well, for those who are in the marketing sector. And we do have like design innovation management for those who are from design background. And definitely for those who are currently working as a coach or as a teacher, and they would love to like, to teach the students or to guide their students in a very digital way, they can always go for Master of Education in Learning Design and Technology. Okay. Yeah. And of course, we have like DBA, we have PhD as well available for the students. And definitely, some of the programs it require to have English, such as like those who are from Myanmar matriculations. Yes, they do need to provide the English requirement. Okay. And of course, perhaps you ask me like, how about if those students who study in the public university like University Yangon and so on, can they be exempted from the English requirement? Yes, they can, as long as they submit the medium of instruction letter to us, then yes, they can be exempted from the English requirement. And of course, the educational approach in APU is we are nurturing the professionals for the global careers. So that's why we are always anxious students have a good commanding understanding as well. And we are always concerned about the professional attitudes and values, the leadership works, the team works, and of course the communication skills. So how are we going to start from here is we will always organize different competitions. We're always organizing the what we call it the industrial visits, and even though the career fairs for our students, so that's why our students they can be well ready uh before their internships. So even though we do have our career center as well, just to connect, to profile, to expose and match our students and the industrial partners together. How? We have our career fair, we have our online workshops, uh our online workshops, or even though the meetup sessions, the webinars, or even we do have the physical as well. So students they can have more. Just like for this year itself, we have just completed our career fair, and we have invited more than 125 exhibitors to come over here for the recruitment. And of course, we have like over 10,000 of the total opportunities available for the students as well. And even though in year 2025, we have won 268 awards for the whole year. That's why uh, we are also one of the award-winning university in Malaysia. All right. So yeah, let's see. Yeah. So of course, when we talk about what's the result that our students will get it, 100% employability. All right. So, and definitely, if you talk about the multicultural learning experience, definitely we will have it because we are rated number one in Asia and Malaysia for the multicultural learning experience. And definitely, if we talk about the cost of studying in APU, I would say the cost will be like around 7,000 to 12,000 plus per year, depending on which program you are going to apply in the university. And definitely the cost of living, including the accommodation, it is in between 400 to $500 per month. And of course, depending on how you live in Malaysia as well. So let's say if you always go for Starbucks every day, definitely would be more expensive. Yeah, okay. So we do also offer scholarship up to 30% based on O levels, A levels, international baccalaureate, American high school diploma, Myanmar matriculations, GED, as well as for those who are going to study our master program. We are also offering 5% sibling discount if let's say their siblings are currently active students in APU. Okay. Yeah, and that's all from my side. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, Kester. Does anyone have any questions? Mainly more about the diploma and also the HND diplomas, in case you have any questions.
Any questions? I think I covered two details. That's why they have no questions. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I think a lot of students will ask you these questions, like, whether if students can stay after the completions of their bachelor degree or master degree. Just for information, because recently the government has just introduced a postgraduate visa for the international students, certain of the nationalities, including Myanmar as well. So, but of course, that is a terms and conditions as well to be fulfilled the requirement. So let's say if the students fulfill the requirements, then yes, they can apply it and they can stay in Malaysia for a year. So they can use that year to search for the jobs or perhaps to to continue their studies in Malaysia. Okay. Oh, may I know English requirement for IGCSE? We are looking at pass. So as long as students has a pass, which is grade E and above, so they can students can proceed with us for the study. All right, welcome. And I think I will also share this with you guys just one for one. Um, Okay, I have received another questions. The scholarship is for the first year only or the total tuition fee? It's for the total tuition fee with the condition of students will need to maintain CGPA 2.5 every year. It's not hard because the maximum is 4.0 and we are just requesting students to have 2.5 every year so they can continue with the scholarship till the completion of their studies at APU. So let me share this with you. So let's say if you have started to send the application to APU and once your students eval is received, they will be receiving this post-arrival process in PDF as well. But of course, this has been mentioned in the email. So just in case if students they may not sure what to do up next, so they can always refer to this post-arrival process guidelines so they can understand better and to fulfill the requirement accordingly. Okay, so basically over here, we will talk about like what are they going to prepare before their arrivals. So they have to apply for the e-visa to get, students visa from this website. All right. And of course, if they need any accommodations, then they have to click on this link to book the accommodation. And of course, as I just mentioned, the accommodation is first come, first served basis. So let's say once the students have received the eval, immediately book the accommodation if required. Okay. Yeah. So at least we can base on the list and to arrange the accommodations accordingly. Okay. And of course, if then required to have the airport pickup from us, then they have to fill in this airport pickup form as well. Okay. And definitely they have to clear the payment before the arrivals. And 3 days before the arrivals, they have to fill in this MDAC, the Malaysia Digital Arrival Card as well. Okay. And definitely last but not least, the WhatsApp number is must be available so we can easily to contact with them. Okay. And of course, before their arrivals as well, they have to prepare all the documents over here, like the e-visas, the all pages of eval, the flight ticket, the payment receipt, the official transcript and certificate, offer letters, and so on. Why we require to have this is because of, just like for example, IGCSE or O-level results. Students will get the statement of result before the official certificate. But somehow, when we submit for filing purpose, we will need the official certificate. So let's say if they can provide the official certificate in soft copy to us, that would be better. All right. Or let's say if they want to bring the hard copy together with that, then yes, so we can make a printing when they are arriving to the campus as well. Okay, yeah. So, and of course, we are also providing the code of conduct as well, so they can prepare the clothing before arriving to the campus. All right. And of course, during the arrival process, yes, they will need to go to the counter accordingly to do the immigration clearance. Why? Is because of for APU, we have the green light for our students directly to the counter to do the clearance by themselves. All right. So we do not need to be inside the the terminal and then to check out whether if you are okay or not. Okay, because you have the green light to process it. by yourself. Okay, just in case, let's say if you have some difficulty, there is EMJS counter as well over there, so they can assist the students further on the immigration clearance. Okay. So, and of course, after that, students will need to arrive to the campus and to do the post arrivals. Okay, so we will have our student ambassadors, and of course, we will have our staff to assist on the students post arrival itself. So please make sure that students must have these three documents when they are doing their post arrivals. Okay, especially the student welcome guidelines, which I will also send a soft copy for every of our students before their arrivals. Okay, and of course, the health declaration for the health medical report will also be provided to the students. Okay, yeah. So I would love to introduce my colleague as well, but she's not here today. Okay, so aside me, Miss Jeanette will be the one assisting me on the Myanmar market. Okay, so let's say if you couldn't locate me in the campus, I mean the students, if they are not able to locate me in the campus, they can always look for Miss Jeanette. Okay, and of course sometimes students will also receive the message from Miss Jai as well, because she is the one who assisting us to do the filing process and of course the documentation process. So let's say if she is contacting students like, oh, I need the official certificate and so on, we hope the students can reply us as soon as possible. All right. Yeah. So that is some of the informations about our process. Yeah.
I think I saw there's a question. Is there a funding possible when NCCL level 3 or NCC level 3?
Level 3. Yeah, no, cannot, because we are only accepting NCC level 4 and we do not have NCC program. Yeah, so they can only join us after NCC at level 4.
Level 4 for direct entry, right, to the degree?
Yes, correct. Direct entry to degree.
Okay. Then they also take in for, let's say, students with GED, they can apply for direct entry except for engineering, as last I checked.
Mm.
Okay. And for GED, just a reminder, guys, for students with GED backgrounds, they do not have to sit for any English tests. Just a reminder, because I've been getting quite some inquiries. So I just want to send a reminder, so no issue. But for IGCSE students, it will be depending on the score of the first language or second language of English subject.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, I think we've got time for one more question. Last questions, everyone. But do not worry, later I will send out the presentation slides. I think this is the latest one, right, Kester?
Yes, this is the latest. I will also
Yeah.
share it with you.
Sorry, it looks very new. Okay, I'll send it the latest one. Then okay. Anyone got one more question? Got time for one more question? I'll also send out Kester, can I also send out the latest fee structure, the international fee structure as well? I think you sent it before in our group chat.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I can send it so they can refer to, so at least they can show
Yes.
what's the rough estimate guideline on the fee structure. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I think
Any credit
any credit exemption.
exemptions? Uh-huh. Last time, yes, now no. Yeah, the credit assumptions. All right. I'm so sorry. Why we are not doing any credit assumptions for NCC and H&D again is because of we found out that after we have completed the credit assumptions for the students and realizing that students they are not able to cope up their studies in the APU. So that's why in future there is no credit assumptions for all these qualification. So in other words, they have to start up from the first year degree.
Okay, yeah, noted. Okay, anyone has any questions? We got time for one more question.
I think recently there is some of inquiry about students if they have all these qualification like NCC, HND, ATHE without matriculation or without IGCSE. Are they still able to join for the program? Yes, they are still able to join for the program. But uh they will need to study some prerequisite modules, especially when we talk about computing related. Definitely, they will need to study the prerequisite mathematics. Or let's say if they are joining our software engineering, computer science, further mathematics will be required for them.
Okay, no problem. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, taking the time to join in. Thank you again, once again, Kester.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you. And all right, everyone, if getting any questions, feel free to reach out to Yes Education. And thank you again, and have a good Friday, have a good weekend ahead. Thanks again, Kester.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much. Bye bye. Thank you.